AMIs versus Docker images in AWS, navigating the cloud deployment landscape. This podcast is brought to you by Business Compass LLC. We are an Amazon Web Services advanced consulting partner. We build and migrate workloads to Amazon Cloud. Our website is businesscompassllc.com. Our phone number is 973-638-2228. Our email address is contact@businesscompassllc.us. In AWS cloud deployment, the term image can refer to two different yet crucial concepts: Amazon Machine Images, AMIs, and Docker images. Both play vital roles in deploying applications and infrastructure, but they serve different purposes and are used in distinct scenarios. This podcast explores the differences, use cases, and best practices for using AMIs and Docker images in AWS, helping you make informed decisions in your cloud architecture. AMIs, the foundation of virtual machines, and AWS Amazon Machine Images, AMIs, are the building blocks for launching AWS Virtual Machines, EC2 instances. An AMI is a snapshot of a configured virtual machine, including the operating system, application server, and installed software or patches. When you launch an EC2 instance, you specify an AMI, and AWS uses it to create a new instance with the exact configuration. Key features of AMIs. Complete environment. AMIs contain a whole OS and any applications or settings configured. Persistence. AMIs can create multiple instances with the same configuration, ensuring consistency across deployments. Customization. You can create custom AMIs to match your requirements, including pre-installed software and security settings. Docker images. Lightweight, portable building blocks for software. On the other hand, Docker images are lightweight and portable containers that package an application and its dependencies together. Unlike AMIs, Docker images do not contain an entire operating system but share the host system's kernel. Docker images are ideal for creating isolated environments to run applications consistently across different environments. Key features of Docker images. Portability. Docker images can run on any supporting system, making them ideal for multi-cloud or hybrid environments. Isolation. Containers created from Docker images run in isolated environments, ensuring that applications do not interfere with each other. Efficiency. Docker images are lightweight, enabling faster startup times and reduced resource consumption compared to traditional virtual machines. Critical differences in launching instances and running software. Launching an EC2 instance using an AMI creates a new virtual machine with its operating system and resources. This approach is ideal for scenarios where you need a complete, isolated environment, such as running a database server or a web application with specific OS requirements. In contrast, running a Docker container on an EC2 instance involves launching a lightweight, isolated application environment. This method is more efficient regarding resource usage and is well suited for microservices architectures, where multiple containers can run on the same EC2 instance, each handling a specific service. Docker and AMIs, a coexisting relationship in the AWS ecosystem. Docker images and AMIs are not mutually exclusive. They often coexist in the AWS ecosystem. For instance, you can create an AMI with installed and pre-configured Docker. This allows you to launch EC2 instances with Docker that are ready to run your containers, combining the benefits of both technologies. Image creation, snapshots versus blueprints. AMIs as snapshots. AMIs are essentially snapshots of an entire virtual machine, including the OS, applications, and data. Docker images as blueprints. Docker images act as blueprints for creating containers, defining what software and dependencies the container will include. Incorporating Docker images into AMIs, a step-by-step guide. Launch a base EC2 instance. Start with a base EC2 instance using a standard AMI. Install Docker. Install Docker on the EC2 instance. Pull Docker images. Pull the necessary images from a registry like Docker Hub. Configure the environment. Set up any necessary environment variables and Docker settings. Create a custom AMI. Once your instance is configured with Docker and the required images, create a new AMI from this instance. This custom AMI can now be used to launch Docker-ready EC2 instances. Docker containers on EC2, configuration and automation. Running Docker containers on EC2 provides flexibility and scalability. Tools like AWS ECS, Elastic Container Service, or Kubernetes can automate the deployment of Docker containers. These tools can also manage container orchestration, scaling, and updates, ensuring your applications run efficiently in a cloud environment. Key automation tools. AWS ECS provides a fully managed container orchestration service that integrates seamlessly with other AWS services. AWS Fargate allows you to run containers without managing the underlying EC2 instances, further simplifying deployment. Kubernetes on AWS offers powerful container orchestration with fine-grained control over container deployment and management. Choosing the right tool, Docker versus AMIs for specific needs. When deciding between Docker images and AMIs, consider the following. Use AMIs when you need a complete, isolated virtual machine environment with a specific OS and application stack. Use Docker when you need lightweight, portable environments for microservices, applications with dependencies, or when operating in a multi-cloud or hybrid environment. In some cases, combining both may be the best approach, leveraging the strengths of AMIs for the base environment and Docker for application deployment. Conclusion. AMIs and Docker images serve different purposes in AWS, and understanding their differences is critical to optimizing your cloud deployment strategy. By effectively combining these tools, you can balance flexibility, efficiency, and consistency in your cloud infrastructure. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Please share this podcast, visit our website, and follow our social media links.